Hello and welcome to Poker News. Ireland, it seems, is set to lead the way in online and bricks and mortar legislation as it readies itself for the regulation of its existing casino businesses under a plan proposed by Michael McDowell, Minister for the Department of Justice. So far, the government has agreed to instigate a casino regulation committee to begin getting to grips with the task. McDowell believes the unregulated nature of casino-style activities is a major concern of the government, and that the establishment of the committee is a big step towards addressing the situation. And he hopes that proposals will bring about strict regulation over the establishment and operation of casinos, while ensuring that the public and local interests are served. The move is a welcome relief from McDowell's original stance of prohibition, as he first sought to close down all casinos and gambling clubs in the nation. His new, softer stance instead calls for better regulation of the industry. The committee's main focus will be on possible forms of legislation, regulation and the licensing bodies designed to impose the laws, as well as the role of local authorities in enforcement and, of course, possible streams of revenue.
Good news for anyone thinking of opening up a new poker room. An Irish firm called researchandmarkets.com has given internet poker firms a real boost recently by claiming that poker has the best online potential of any gambling game over the next 3 years. Giving cause for optimism was a number of trends highlighted by the Global Business of Poker report compiled by the company. The report seemed to indicate that the majority of online poker players join a poker game on a weekly basis, compared to offline players who tend to play a few hands of poker far less frequently. However, on the downside, the report also pointed out that if the US's current plans to prohibit online gaming were successful, the industry would experience a terrible, if not irrevocable, setback. The report concluded that growing celebrity participation and television exposure, as well as the increasingly good prizes on offer, have caused people to turn to online poker as a means of entertainment. The results will provide poker sites with a real case to put towards US officials if banning proposals continue to be discussed.
In part 2 of this Poker News special report, find out which way this strip poker event swings.
I'm picking, there's a few players at my table who I think are a bit worried about getting naked and stuff, so I'm kind of trying to take advantage of that. But yeah, it's a lot harder for the girls because obviously, their top halves are... where am I going with this? Okay, yeah.
It wasn't long before those eager beavers were back at the table fighting it out to see who could get naked and knocked out.
I see that towel, right here, please.
Yeah, it was very embarrassing. I promised myself I wasn't going to do it, but I do.
Once people were naked, the event lost the strip aspect and turned into solid poker, and suddenly it got 10 grand serious. The field had really thinned out with only 3 tables left, and it wasn't long before we were down to 10, with some shady characters among them. It was a real test of nerve, with the chips following the button round the table. But after about an hour of play, it was John Young, the chip leader, who prevailed and went on to win the final table, landing himself 10 big ones and a golden fig leaf trophy.
Well, it's brilliant. I can't believe I'm in the Guinness World Records. I'm probably the hairiest poker player to get in the Guinness World Records as well. I thought, actually, when I got to the final table, even though I was chip leader, I didn't fancy my chances. The blinds were going up. No, I didn't think I was going to get far, but heads up, yeah, I had the momentum, and I thought I was going to win.
Well, our winner there is just behind me collecting his trophy and the 10 grand check. He had to end up showing his wobbly bits to give another 10 grand to charity, which was rather good of him. I have to say this has been one of the more enjoyable assignments I've been given for Poker News, and I look forward to next year. This has been James Batten reporting for Poker News at the Café Royal in Regent Street.
And finally, well, if you were disappointed that hardly any pros made the final table in this year's WSOP main event, then think again. Runner-up, Paul Wassiker, had definitely put the hours in. According to Wassiker, he's dedicated the last 2.5 years to reading, talking and playing poker online, as well as watching it on TV. What a nice payoff for all that hard work. That's all from me. I'll see you next time.